officers. The Gainesville Police Department has a specialized unit called the Emergency Services Unit, or ESU for short. The men and women assigned to this unit are patrol officers that work the road, but they receive some specialized training. ESU is designed to provide additional medical and rescue skills, as well as some specialized weaponry. Members of ESU are out on patrol 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide this enhanced level of service. We recently spent some time at one of their training days to show you some of what they can do.
We were formed in November, a year and 4 months ago, as a team that would respond to active shooter incidents or mass casualty incidents.
ESU stands for the Emergency Services Unit, which is a broad title for what I think is a very broad set of responsibilities that this group has. We do respond to emergency situations, critical incidents.
The Gainesville Police Department is definitely innovative, and they're always looking for different ways to better our response and also to better serve our community.
Our entire team is focused on patrol solely. We try to spread out the members amongst all shifts, so there's coverage 24/7 within the city with members from our team. That way, at any given time when these incidents pop off, we have somebody with the tools and ability to respond immediately. We don't have to call out, we're ready to go when it happens.
What brought me to ESU was the fact that it was something a little bit different. It was a little different from any other specialty unit that we had.
But I saw that there was a need for certain things to be able to be used on the road, such as when you're dealing with a suicidal subject or dealing with someone who has issues, and that instead of having to wait or use some of the old school tactics, we were able to use equipment that was given to us that was better utilized by officers who were responding to calls immediately, as opposed to having to just wait.
I think what really makes us different is we have less lethal capabilities. We have the less lethal shotguns, which are equipped with beanbag rounds. We also have a 40mm launcher, which is equipped with a less lethal round. We have added medical equipment. We have an ARC kit.
Every member of the department's issued a trauma kit. What our members have is a trauma kit times 14. Our packs contain 14, I believe, different trauma kits. The ability to deal with sucking chest wounds. We're each issued a foxtrot litter, so that if you have an incident that maybe if it's an active shooter in a school and you have victims down in the school, we can take this litter. It's very light, it's very compact at first, take it into school, and we can start bringing patients out to EMS. If we still have an active shooter contained in the building somewhere, we can start removing victims and get them medical treatment much quicker than the normal scene would allow in other areas of the country. Our medical capabilities are no way to do away with anything GFR, ACFR, or any other medical component in this community provide. Our capabilities are just in case we end up on a scene before them. It will potentially expand somebody's life long enough for them to do what they do every day. They're the professionals. We're just there to be an asset to them, really.
This is not just for your average person who has a high school degree. You're going to want the person that's going to respond to you to be able to be a quick thinker, to be able to handle things physically, mentally, and emotionally. And with that, the tryout process, it speaks to all of those.
So the team trains every single month for a full day. We do this over and over to try and instill the muscle memory so that when an incident occurs, you don't really have to think, you just act, because we've done it so many times. We know what each member's gonna do, they know what's expected.
We have done trainings and still will be doing trainings for responses to active shooters, how to respond to suicidal subjects, how to appropriately search a building such as a school, where if someone has gone into the school and taken it over, handle certain situations on the medical side, how to do a rescue if it's going to be in the woods, which also includes doing some of the CPR and the first aid. Don't know how strong you are when you get yourselves into those particular situations, and with the group mentality, you get the job done. And with all those trainings and all those things that we have access to, that's one of the things that I actually really like about this unit.
Training more and more frequently when we do have the freak occurrence that you do see on the news, these things that receive mass attention nationwide, by training, by practicing, by trying to figure out what you can do should that arise, you're more equipped and you're more prepared to handle it.
One of the great things about ESU, aside from all the tools we get, the training we get, has been the collaboration with our surrounding agencies, GFR, ACFR, SHANS, the airport, ASO. Everybody has chipped in and welcomed the unit with open arms. We've worked on scenarios at the airport when they had They did a mock aircraft incident. Just recently, I think in the last 2 months, we worked with Shands on a half-day long scenario they put together for their active shooter training program, and it's been a real blessing. GFR has what they call their Rescue Task Force, which is a group that goes into the warm zone of these type of incidents, if you will, that being the incident's still ongoing, the scene's not quite secure, if you will, but it's safe enough that they're willing to send their people into danger to treat patients. And I believe 5 months ago we worked with them on some scenarios they put together out here near the MLK Center, and it went great. I think both teams learned a lot about what the other team does, and it's going to make for a smoother transition. If one of these incidents does arise, I believe we're going to start sending some of our members to their training and vice versa. They will be sending some of their members to our training days, just so we get that constant interaction and build on the relationship we've already set.
You can't know when these events are going to happen. The only thing you can do is you can prepare to the best of your knowledge. You can learn from what errors, what mishaps have happened in the past, and taking from that knowledge, when we come together for our monthly training, we talk about these things, we break these things down, and we think about how can we improve on what others have done, whether they be successes or failures.
I'm proud to be a part of this unit because with the changing climate when it comes to how people view law enforcement and how law enforcement is having to deal with the community and just with everyday people, we now have better tools that we are equipped with to whether it's a bad situation or a good situation.
I'm absolutely proud to be a part of VSU. With our training that we have, with our equipment that we have, it's something that gives me the confidence knowing that I'm able to, step up to most occurrences that will happen on this job, and if not, then I can do my best to figure it out.
We hope we never have to respond to one of these events. I think the city has prepared itself for anything that may happen, and this team has prepared itself for anything that may happen. Again, the hope is that we never have to respond to anything of that nature in Gainesville again.
Our ESU members are just one way that GPD is going above and beyond with the levels of service we provide to the community, and they are already having a great impact in our city.